Now it so happened, I began to say, long, long ago, in good King Arthur's day, there was a knight who was a lusty liver. One day as he came riding from the river, he saw a maiden walking all forlorn, ahead of him, alone, as she was
For
born.
he, despite all that she did or said, by force deprived her of her maidenhead. Because of this there was such clamouring, and such demand for justice to the king. This knight was all but numbered with the dead by course of law, and should have lost his head, which may have been the law in that milieu. But then the queen, and others ladies too, prayed so long that the knight might grant him grace, King Arthur spared him for at least a space. He left him to the queen to do her will, to choose to save or order them to kill.
For you, she said, things stand in such a way you can't be sure if you're to live or not. I'll grant you life if you can tell me what it is that women most desire. Beware the iron axe, your neck bone now to spare. And if you cannot tell me right away, I'll give you leave, a 12-month and a day, that you may go to seek, that you may find an answer that is of sufficient kind. I want your word before you take a pace, you'll bring yourself back to this very place.
With sorrow sighed, was full of woe. What could he do? Not as he pleased did so. To go away was what he finally chose, to come back when his year was at its close. In every place, in hopes he could secure the promised grace, by learning that which women loved the most. But he did not arrive at any coast, where he could find two people on the matter, who might agree if judging by their chatter. Some said,
Money.
Jollity.
Fun in bed.
Remarriage.
Looks. Freedom! Some say the things we desire are these: freedom to do exactly as we please, with no one to reprove our faults and lies, rather to have one call us good and wise. Truly, there's not a woman in 10 score who has a fault and someone rubs the score. But she will kick if what he says is true. You try it out and you will find so too. However vicious may be within, we like to be thought wise and void of sin.
Day had come when homeward he must turn, and in this woeful state he chanced to ride while on his way along a forest side. And there he saw upon the forest floor some ladies dancing, 24 or more. Toward these dancers he was quick to turn, but all at once the dancers disappeared. He didn't see one creature bearing life, save sitting on the grass one single wife. An uglier creature no mind could devise. To meet him this old wife was to arise, and said, What are you seeking? It is for sure that I am dead if I cannot secure what thing it is that women most desire. If you could teach me, gladly I would hire. Give me your word here in my hand. Here's my oath, I guarantee. The knight declared, I've come back to the day and to be spared, for I am now prepared to give reply.
My liege and lady, generally, said he, what women most desire is sovereignty over their husbands or the ones that they love, to have the mastery to be above.
He married her that morning privately. Then all that day he hid just like an owl, so woeful, for his wife looked really foul. Dear husband, Benedicity acts every night towards his wife this way. Why do you treat me so on our first night? You are so old and loathsome and descended, to add to that from such a lowly kind. No wonder that I toss and turn and wind. I wish to God my heart would burst, no less. Choose now, she said, one of these two, that I be old and ugly till the day I die, and be true to you an humble wife, one never to displease you all your life. Or, if you'd rather have me young and fair, and take your chance on those who will repair. The knight gave it some thought, and then gave a sigh, and finally he answered as you are to hear. My lady, and my love, and my wife so dear, I leave to you your wise governance the measure. You choose which one would give the fullest pleasure, and honor to you and to me as well, And when the night had truly seen all this, how she was young and fair in all her charms, in utter joy he took her
So they
in his
lived
arms.
ever after to the end in perfect bliss. And may Christ Jesus send us husbands, meek and young and fresh in bed, and grace to overbid them when we wed. And, Jesu, hear my prayer, cut short the lives of those who won't be governed by their wives. And all old angry misers of their pence, God send them as soon a very pestilence.
Looks.
You're gonna be here, and then you're gonna be like, Jollity.
You're so good. Is that what song you're gonna play? Please do. So pretty. Can you breathe?
Yeah.
Okay. That one's better. Okay.